So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone.
Hurry up, here we go. Green, 39, green.
A first carry now for Nick Chubb. Oh, and now he bowls him over. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
Sometimes those lines that are drawn on a grease board or in a playbook, they come to life out on the field, don't they? And we just saw down that outside handoff to the right.
That right tackle, he gets excited for that call, doesn't he?
He does, because he just wants to dominate his guy and say, listen, I was the point of attack. I took care of business. That's why you're able to get downfield and add all those yards to your total.
Yeah, really nice gain there. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. It's the fullback with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Browns take it right down the field and score on the opening drive. Gonzalez good on the extra point. And that makes the score 7-0. Gonzalez now to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. They go play action here on 1st down. And his first pass here is going to fall incomplete. Charles, already trailing by touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Back to throw. Howard. He's going to go for a big play downfield. So they took a shot there on 3rd down, couldn't get it. Now it's 4th.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And that negates a pretty decent punt return.
And the goal is to gain a 1st down on a punt return, which is 10 yards. This was much more than that, but it is going to come back due to the illegal block in the back. So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10.
Gone!
Mayfield off the play fake. They'll roll him out right. And he rifles it. Complete, caught by Landry. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. Oh, nice move. Takes this to the 32, maybe the 31, and then the defense rallying quickly after that broken tackle. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Flag comes in. This might be a free play. He'll buy some time right. And it's incomplete, broken up. But there is a flag down. Let's see what that's about. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call. Mark off the 5 and keep it moving.
So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10.
Now, Barney. Watch it now, Barney. Detroit.
From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. So they took a shot on 1st down but couldn't connect.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10.
Gone!
Throwing again, Mayfield on 2nd and 10. And he's got his man on the out route. 13 yards on his first catch. It's a 1st down as well. Had the offense humming on the first drive. Not much has changed here on drive number 2.
No, and I think a lot of times confidence just really kicks in for a team. They may have been confident going into the game, but once you prove it on a drive, it's hard to get out of that mindset, isn't it? And look, let's face it, we can always lock in on the skill position, guys. But those big fellas up front, they're really making this offense go early in the game.
Handoff comes to Chubb. And he's going to get about 4 down inside the 10 to the 9.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
All right, now, lucky 56.
Now a 2nd down throw for Mayfield. And that is caught. But the back judge right there to say incomplete. David Njoku was the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down.
Gone! Here we go now.
Play fake. Mayfield. And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. Sheldon Rankins. He's the one that gets him down. It'll be a loss of 5, and it'll bring up 4th down. And the kick by Gonzalez, he is good. And the lead moves to 10-zip. So unable to convert for the touchdown inside the red zone, but they do come away with 3.
Yeah, it's a 32-yarder. That's essentially an extra point nowadays, right? Because it's 33 as a general rule for these guys. So it should be a simple kick. But you know what's really strange nowadays? When they miss an extra point, I think they carry that with them longer than missing a field goal because an extra point's supposed to be automatic.
Absolutely, and I would think even field goals inside of 30 yards, even though they're substantially shorter than a PAT, it just has a different feel, doesn't it?
A different feel, a different vibe. That's what I get from all the kickers I talk to. They always say, if I miss an extra point, that's the one that bothers me more.
And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And very short. Again to Henry. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. And we were down on the field watching Henry warm up before the game. He's a big man. No wonder he breaks those tackles.
And you remember what I told you when we were watching? It's not all pads. I mean, you get him out of pads and just see him in a regular suit or an outfit. He is a huge human being and a lot faster than what people know. When he gets rolling, he's a lot to bring down.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Tackle made there by Jabril Peppers. Boy, that's a lot of sirloin steak to be taken down for no gain, partner.
Are you trying to suggest that he is a huge man?
He is
not just a big man, a huge man.
Big boy.
Well, how about the credit then for the defense to be able to chop that big tree and put him on the ground?
I know back when you played, it took 4 of you to take a guy like that down, right?
Well, that's for sure. And you know what else? I didn't want to challenge him at dinner either.
The threat of a second straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10.
Come on, let's go. White 90. White 90.
To throw is Howard on 3rd down. And the 3rd down pass falls incomplete.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on 3rd down conversions to start this thing. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. 36 yards on the punt with no return. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. The Browns offense heading back out to take possession. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
Detroit! Detroit! No, check, Patriots!
They go play action. Mayfield. Throw left side. Caught by the tight end Njoku. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. 7 yards there. Good enough to move the sticks. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
He's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Mayfield. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 35. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on, and it's 2nd down.
Well, it certainly appears that they're going to try and keep getting him the football. That's the 3rd time they've looked in his direction. Unfortunately, haven't completed one yet, but I'm not sure they're going to shy away from him. They feel like they've got something there, and they want to capitalize on it.
I think you're right. We're only in the first quarter, so a lot of opportunities ahead. Here's Howard throwing again. Trying to lay one up deep. And that is caught. But the back judge right there to say incomplete. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up 3rd. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Howard now. To throw on 3rd down. Eluding the pressure right. Open man is Westbrook, complete. A good pick up there of 20 yards. So finally completes his first pass. Credit the defense, though. They've been showing him some different looks, keeping him off balance.
Yeah, I like it. I like the observation that you had there because when you give him different looks and give any quarterback different looks, it takes just a little bit longer to process sometimes, and you don't throw the ball with the same confidence. You're not sure that that's where you should go with the football. And that's worked for the defense early in this game. And now he's got his first completion. Let's see if his confidence comes back, and he starts to get into a nice little groove.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Now Howard to throw on 2nd down. And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Austin Seferian-Jenkins. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Jaguars are back within a score. And this one through the uprights and good. Here's Lambeau out to kick this one away. Now it's Chris Thompson on the return. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Here comes the Browns offense back onto the field.
And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here.
And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down. Now that play was doomed right from the start.
They just about ran into every defender on that one, didn't he? It felt like everyone got a piece of that tackle.
Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Watch you now, Barney. Barney. All right, here we go.
Play action now. Here's Mayfield. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. That's caught inside the 20. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. A big play there. His second touchdown on the season. And the Browns are able to strike quickly for 6. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT. Back with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Browns with a football to begin quarter number 2. Gonzalez now to kick this one away. Isaiah McKenzie now on the return. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. And now out come the Jags. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minutes. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
They'll start out on the ground. It's TJ Yeldon. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. Larry Ogunjobi there to make the tackle.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that one.
And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Howard, off play action. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Emmanuel Ogbah able to track him down for a loss of 13. And it'll bring up 4th down. And the Jaguars send out their punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He'll return it from the 6. A big hitter that time in the punt game. 66 yards on the boot. And the Browns will take over with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10. Mayfield on play action. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And they'll get him down right at around the 11-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
No, check, Patriot!
From the gun, Mayfield. And got his man, complete. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. Mayfield showing why he was the #1 overall pick. He's got the Browns on the move, 1st and 10.
Detroit! All right, here we go. 3-19! 3-19!
Mayfield on 1st down. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Jarvis Landry, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Browns add 6 to their lead. Gonzalez to add the PAT. Gonzalez good on the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Gonzalez now to kick this one away. On the return, it's McKenzie. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The Jaguars getting set to go. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down in the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and it'll be 3rd and 10 now. Operating from the gun, Howard. He rifles one that's intercepted. He's picked off just shy of midfield. And the return stops at the 39-yard line. So the first interception of his career under center, and you knew it was going to happen sooner or later.
It has to. And I know he feels like the world is just tumbling down at this moment, but there's got to be some veteran somewhere, some mentor that's going to tell him, hang in there, my man. Plenty more to come. Keep firing.
No. Check. Patriot. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Following the interception, Mayfield. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, 2nd down. This secondary has been roasted in this first half, but they get a measure of revenge there. Nice play on the deep ball.
Yeah, they're going to need a few more plays like that in order to get their confidence fully back.
Check,
but that's
Patriot,
one step in the proper direction.
Over.
They go with Chubb on 2nd down. Pretty good running there, 9 yards. Sets up a 3rd and 1.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And he's got his man, that's Landry. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Now let's go.
They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And he's in. Touchdown, Browns. Duke Johnson, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Browns add on to their lead. And there the counter play proves successful for the touchdown. What typically makes a counter play in general successful, Charles?
Well, what you're trying to do, Brandon, is to get the team moving in one direction, meaning the defense. Get them going in one direction and then wall them off with your blocking and bring it back in the other direction. That way, you don't actually have to punish them with your blocking. You just position them. And if you have any kind of a good back, they'll take full advantage of it and gain good yardage.
And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go.
Ohio! 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 Ohio!
They begin with a run by Yeldon. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
To throw is Howard. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Looking long for Westbrook. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the Michigan man, Jabril Peppers. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
They begin the drive with Johnson. And an alley to run. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up a second in just about a few inches here.
Set! Blue 90! Blue 90!
On play action, they'll throw. And the Jags get to him as down he goes. Sheldon Rankins in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On 3rd down, Mayfield. Escaping the pressure right. And the pressure gets to him again. Now after the punt on that play, we've got a man down on the field. On 4th down, here's Justin Vogel on to punt it away. Back deep, Isaiah McKenzie. He only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And it's fielded at the 34. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. A first update now from Cincinnati. And it's the Cowboys that have moved out to an early advantage. I have a feeling that one's going to stay tight throughout. We'll continue to monitor. Very good starting field position for the Jaguars offense as they come up 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And they'll stop him right on the midfield stripe. Tackle made there by Myles Garrett. Now they got to get to the line quickly.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. He got 29 yards that time.
Flex round! Flex round!
A first down carry for Henry. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. Here's Howard off the play fake, dancing to his left. And this is going to be incomplete.
And that's a crusher right there. Had his man open for a first down, threw a fastball when that wasn't necessary, incomplete pass. One of these quarterbacks going to learn, you don't get extra points for how hard you throw the football.
So a challenge coming down from the booth, and that's where these challenges come from, of course, in the final 2 minutes of the half.
Yeah, now we're going to New York, right? That's command central for the officials. They'll talk, they'll take a look at it, communicate with the referee at the game site, and issue a final decision because they do have the final call now.
On is Josh Lambo now for the Jaguar field goal. And Lambo will put this one through, and the drive will wind up yielding 3. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
Heading out is the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that can change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
Throwing right, and that's complete. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches,
Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. Yannick Ngakoue. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. In there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. The Browns on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12.
Hurry up, here we go.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left. The Browns send out their punter now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And take it right on the 30. So we have reached, there you have it. Halftime quickly over. 3rd quarter, here we go. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Browns are going to get the 2nd half kickoff, and they've got this lead as well as we are back and underway. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Out come the Jaguars now as they'll go on offense first here in this 3rd quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the 2nd half. Pretty big deficit, though. Adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the 2nd half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on it at 2nd down. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Howard now. Back to the air on 2nd down. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Browns defense has a touchdown. Make it back-to-back weeks now with a pick 6 for him. He had one a week ago.
Talk about being in the groove, and what are the odds of what we're seeing right here? You don't see it happen very often. Listen, if you get a pick 6 in a season, it's been a big year, let alone back-to-back weeks. Tell you this, I wouldn't play cards against this guy in the locker room.
On the return, it's McKenzie. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Out comes the Jaguar offense now as they get set to take over. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by...
And Henry's hit. He lost the football. And I think the Browns got it. They did. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. He didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
Mayfield now after the fumble recovery. Flushed out right. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And did the Jaguars come up with it? They did. He tried to buy some time to the right. So, Charles, when a guy gets out of the pocket, what's the focus of the quarterback?
Most of them keep their eyes downfield. They want to try and make a play throwing the ball. Some of them, they want to tuck it and go. But when they scramble, in this case, as you said, to the right, you're cutting the field in half. So good defenses kind of converge in that spot, and they don't give you much territory to throw the ball. He had nowhere to go with it. Ends up getting the ball stripped.
They'll try and get the run game going. This is Henry. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
It's interesting going into this game. There was so much talk on both sides about who would control the line of scrimmage. I think we've seen who has it in this one so far.
Well, they've bottled him up. He's barely averaging over 3 yards a carry right now.
But when you go from 2nd and 4 to 3rd and 3, that just tells you who won that battle on the last play, huh?
Yeah, first round went to the offense, second round the defense. The Jaguars on 3rd down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. Here it's 3rd and 3. Looking to throw. Howard. He's going to look deep down the field. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Still just the 3rd quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th. They'll try and throw for it here. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 45. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line. So their woes on offense continue. That's the 2nd pick thrown here in the 3rd quarter.
And we know it was ill-advised, but that was an opportunity to help them get back into the game. Instead, he throws another interception, and now their task is even tougher.
No. Check. Patriot.
They'll try to get the offense going with Johnson. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line.
Yeah, let me puff out my chest a little bit, even though I'm not rooting for either team. That was a really nice defensive play. It's awfully fun to watch, even in an offensive game.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Back to the ground. This time it's Chubb. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. Just what the Browns needed there. Good for a gain of 17.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point. Going to make that defense stand up and stop them. A 1st down throw for Mayfield. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver, Landry. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good edge scheme going.
And he'll get it down this time to the 17. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
3rd quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Mayfield now looking to throw on 1st down. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
Go!
second down, Mayfield. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Jason McCourty. Landry, the intended target. They needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the third quarter. Defensively, they did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break. Taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
They begin with Henry. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
A gain of 6 there on first.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed. Because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. The Jaguars on third down. It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5.
Here we go. White 90. White 90.
Now Howard operating from the gun. A throw left side complete to his receiver Westbrook. 10 yards there, good enough for a Jags first down.
Did you see that route the way that I did? I thought he was trying to get deep.
Yeah, that
first.
wasn't the first option.
No, it came off of that guy, the deep guy, and came underneath on the drag. Completed it very well.
That's into the hands of Westbrook over the middle. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Give him 30 yards there. Howard throwing on first down. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Myles Garrett able to get him for a loss of about 3.
I know there would be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and end up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line under pressure again, and down he goes again. Emmanuel Ogbah in there to pick up his second sack now of the afternoon.
Flex round! Flex round! Flex round! Flex round!
Now whistles here, and I believe one of the Jaguar linemen might have moved. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now, 3rd and long.
Ohio! Ohio! Come on, let's go! Grand 38! Grand 38!
Back to throw. Howard. And now here is another interception. Picked off at the 15. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10.
Watch him now, Barney! Barney!
They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They go play action here on first down. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game, and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, third quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more? Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, a little credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot. But they have to feel good about how they've been throwing it overall. Big Sheldon Rankins there to bring him down. Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy. He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Mayfield from the gun on third down. He's going to float this one deep right side. And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a fourth down. Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. They've had their way with him. This will be fielded at the 17. Call it a 48-yard punt. Give them 9, though, on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Jags offense now gets set and heads back onto the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field. Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done. Steps away. Now he'll let it go deep down the left sideline. And that one incomplete. They try to sneak in a deep ball with the clock running down, but to no avail as time will expire on this third quarter. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. To throw is Howard. To throw again. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up third. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better. And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better. Here's Howard on third down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And you hate to say it with a rookie quarterback. He's done some good things, but overall, looked a little bit overwhelmed back there, hasn't he? He certainly has. But in his defense, he hadn't had a lot of time to throw the football. You like the way I said that? In his defense? In his defense. I got it.
You see what I did there?
Yeah, he needs better protection, that's for sure. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on fourth down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Looking long for Westbrook. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. The Jags come up empty on fourth down. And boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone. A give. This is Chubb. And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line.
Well, they held him to a short gain on that one, and it almost felt like on that first run, they were trying to just throw the jab at him. So how do you stop a jab? Get closer and smother it, just as they did on that last play.
Here's Mayfield. And that will be caught, but out of the end zone, says the field judge. It's ruled incomplete.
Let's give this defense some credit now. They let the guys get downfield, but when push came to shove, they stood their ground, and now they'll likely force a field goal attempt.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. They'll hand it off now. Johnson. He will push his way down to about the 14. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down. So out comes the field goal team now for the second time here today. And Gonzalez puts this one through. And that will just add 3 more to a lead that's already out of hand. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the fourth.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
The Jaguars offense now heads back onto the field. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. But good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3, and that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. On 2nd down, here's Henry. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down. The Jaguars on 3rd down. Just a 20% success rate at 2 of 10. This will be 3rd and 5. Looking to throw. Howard. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Emmanuel Ogbah in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Browns are going to get this thing back. Excellent field position. And now the Browns coming out on the field. Been a very strong performance for them, really, on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs, the most recent example. And now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
Yeah, if you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, give him a little dap. Been a big, big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless. Take care of the ball on the way out.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. The rush defense stout on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. They pitch it to Chubb. Up from the secondary to make the tackle, Jalen Ramsey.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
The Browns on 3rd down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This will be 3rd and 6. Now Mayfield. This is caught, and he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down, so let's see what this is about. And this 3rd down looking very tough after the holding penalty. 3rd and long.
All right, here we go. Boom, land it.
To throw, Mayfield. He's got it. This is Ware. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. It's a gain of 7, and it'll be 4th down.
They didn't get the 1st down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up. Keep it on his feet. Get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the 1st. And the kick by Gonzalez is good. And they're well on their way now as the lead grows even larger. So he remains perfect, 3 for 3 in the field goal department.
And it's so important for any offense to have an ace like him up their sleeve, isn't it? Because now you know what his range is, and as soon as your offense gets there, you're pretty much counting on 3 points going up on the board.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Jaguars offense as they get set to go again. And last time, went for it on fourth, didn't get it. We'll see if they can pick themselves up off the mat and do better this go-around.
Sometimes I have this vision of coaches writing notes to themselves before a game. And sometimes that note says, be aggressive, stay aggressive. Maybe that's what we saw in the last possession.
Yeah, they were very aggressive. This time, will it result in points? We'll find out. Howard now. Throwing to start the drive. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20.
Come on, let's go. Grand 38. Grand 38. Ohio. Ohio. Hut. Hut.
Back to throw. Howard. Now he'll escape to his left. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Cole. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down.
I think we should put a stopwatch on that one. You talk about having all day to throw the football, able to scan the field, find someone open after a long time. Big-time credit to the offensive line for protection. That's what we used to call throwing out of the rocking chair.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. Looking to throw. Howard. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Tono Passigno in there with pressure yet again, and that's the 7th time they've dropped him here this afternoon. A first down carry here for Johnson. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down. So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14.
4 down, 4 down. Check. 4 down, 4 down.
Time for a break. This one all over but the shouting. We'll finish it after this.
Gun, gun. Gun, gun. We got 4. We got 4. Gun, gun. Gun, gun.
Mayfield off the play fake. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Trying to get it to Landry there. 3rd down here.
You got to give some credit. They're able to hop up in the air and bat that one away. And that's frustrating for an offensive lineman because the only recourse is when he goes in the air to try and get some type of a pop or a shove, hoping to bring his arms down.
Looking for the end zone. And that one incomplete. Had some position but couldn't hold on, and it brings up 4th down. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
So a good kick there to polish off the drive with 3 points.
Yeah, coaches always talk about finishing a drive with a kick. 2 of them give you points, either an extra point or, in this case, a field goal.
And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
Eluding the pressure right. He's going to let it fly. That's the 20. And he takes this way down deep into Cleveland territory. It's a big play for the Jaguars. 58 yards.
Ohio! Ohio! Flex round! Flex round!
Now a play fake here on first down. He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Ohio! Ohio! Flex round! Flex round!
Now Howard to throw on second down. Now a desperate, and it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Terrence Mitchell. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the second week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. The opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Over! Gun!
That one looks like he'll throw here. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. That hold coming from the left side of the line.
Hands got caught in the cookie jar on that one, and the flag came out. Penalty against him.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty.
Hurry up, here we go!
Mayfield looks to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. He's got him in, complete. And all the way down to the 36-yard line. It's a big play there for the Browns. 55 yards. So a slight improvement in field position, you might say, from inside their own 10 to this as they come up on first down.
What's up, gang? Let me go secure for the gang right quick. Hey, what's up, gang? I got it. I think it's my fault. For real. What's up, get the rest. Hey, I got that check-in to go. I'm gone. A lot of these was lost. They broke. They think it's my fault. No car. I want that car. I'm dripping.